Whoa! My mind is still blowing. I had to double take that. Oh my god. The Last of Us, they automatically win.
This is why you cast The Last of Us. They actually picked up Berserker in the game they picked up against Reason when Coldcast casted it, actually.
Yeah.
So it looks like Diglett does like that hero. But yeah, so at least you're happy, even if whatever happens in this game.
Oh man, am I happy. Yeah,
Prisoner.
no, that's...
What are these picks?
That's
The
fun.
Prisoner.
Prisoner, yeah, that's different. I mean, is there a specific... I mean, Gauntlet... Okay, Gauntlet was banned. Devour was still on the board?
I really don't like this pickup, and I'll say why. Because, like, Prisoner, really good hero, but he only works against dual mid because, like, that sort of hook is the reason why you pick him for mid, because you're going to win that mid lane so easily. But with the way Legion have lined it, or they sort of drafted, they can easily put a solo mid, like a Magnus or a Bubbles in the middle lane, and that really sort of cancels out Prisoner, because Prisoner with farm isn't as effective as, say, like a Pebbles with free farm, and so that's why you pick Prisoner for sort of the strong dual mid presence. But if Legion are going to dodge it, then he's really not going to offer that much in this game, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm so happy. This series has been, you know, just again a great series here, and lo and behold, we have Game 3 and an epic finish to beat. Diglett's going to be the one playing the Berserker too, by the way.
Yeah,
God, that's really so it's a good amount of carry presence to say the least on their side, especially with that War Beast thrown in there. A lot of threat at that later game stage.
And Berserker's one of those heroes that he does insane amounts of damage. Like he can kill things so quickly, and that's it's going to be really useful in this draft here, because like obviously you're going against a Dark Lady, and for Reason Gaming, they've sort of put a lot of their eggs in the basket of Dark Lady to carry them, and then Berserker sort of counters that in the sense that he does so much damage onto one hero, and that's going to obviously be on the Dark Lady in the late game. And Dark Lady's going to get shut down because this prioritizing from Berserker. So in the end, I think Legion have definitely come ahead in this drafting stage, without a doubt.
Yeah, and even, you know, Staff of the Master Berserker isn't out of the question either. It's a very powerful tool.
I think it's like almost core on that hero. It does insane amount of work on it. Like, especially going against a keeper. Like, if you get Staff of the Master, he's not going to be in that keeper route for barely any time. So like that
matter.
Yeah, like he won't even need to get Shrunken or a Geo's Bane if he does get that Staff of the Master.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be doing work.
Diglett gonna come through here, I'm sure.
Yeah. The way I want Legion to lane it though is definitely to send Magnus or Bubbles mid and then send the other one top, because like I said before, like with a Prisoner, like he's not gonna be doing much if he's sent in the middle lane, like try and hook against sort of like one person, because it's gonna be easily sort of dodged or whatever. In the meantime, they're gonna get in like insane amount of farm on Berserker as well as Warbeast in the jungle. So that's how I'd like to lane it, because like not only will it sort of stop Zane sort of becoming out of control, because we've seen him do really well against 1v1s as a keeper. So I definitely, that's how I'd like to see them lane it. The only quibble I've got here for Legion Gaming though is that for Legion, sorry, is that they don't really have a lot of initiation. Obviously they've got the Magnus and the Bubbles, but they need their portal keys before. But if they're going to be sent mid and Suicide, they're going to get their portal keys a lot later.
Yeah.
So the strategy that they're sort of running is definitely one of passive and sort of counter initiation for them to work. So we'll have to see how that works in the game.
And again, talking about a little bit, we mentioned it, what you got. He plays this jungler Warbeast one, but jungling Warbeast is honestly not something we've seen too much of, because he's had that stay obviously as a Suicide for the longest time. Finally got nerfed, and again nerfed kind of in that. A lot of encouragement to be like, guys, you play Warbeast as a jungler, and so what you got kind of taking that path and clearly doing it well. So.
Yep.
I think the obvious is that as far as his ganking presence, is not as strong as other junglers, obviously, but...
I mean, he can definitely gank, particularly, although it's not as strong as like a Souls is, he can definitely gank though, because, like, I'm assuming this keeper is going to be going long lane, which is pretty much the only thing they can really do. And as long as Rhapsody gets dust, as well as Berserker, like, they're going to be... No, they don't even need dust, actually, because Berserker's marked for death. So as long as Warbeast gets, like, an early level 6, which he does, because I know he's a quick farmer on that hero, like they'll be able to kill this this Keeper of the Forest really quickly.
Yeah. I want to stress that point again, just to clarify. So the Mark of Death, it will allow you to see through Invis, such as the Nature's Veil. So yeah, that's a great point to bring up. How perhaps I think this kind of is seen almost as a counter keeper pickup. For one, because of as we talked about with the ultimate. Two, because of that aspect of him, and that's a very spamming type of ability. So, and he's always going to have that ready to use.
The only problem though is that Dark Lady is definitely going to outfarm this Berserker. Like whether Dark Lady goes Rune Cleaver or not, she's still going to be farming faster than this Berserker. Like he does a lot of sort of single target damage, but for farming that's not the greatest thing. Particularly when he starts farming like the Ancients or the jungle, he's going to farm a lot slower than this Dark Lady. But it shouldn't be the biggest of deals because they've obviously got the War Beast as well for sort of extra late game sort of presence. So he doesn't need to be farming like sort of 600 GPM, unlike this Dark Lady.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game though, because I think Legion are definitely going to sort of have the better sort of passive and late game almost. I really hope this Prisoner sort of does something or is useful, because at the moment in the laning phase he's already going to be kind of a non-factor unless he can get some kills. Like there's definitely a potential for him to get kills on the Magnus. That's why I'd like to see Magnus go top and potentially Bubbles go mid, and he could even get kills on the Bubbles, but it's going to be a lot harder for him. It's just like they've done a lot of this sort of focus, all this farm on sort of Dark Lady. They've got the Empath obviously, which is going to be a big factor in helping Dark Lady, but also the Keeper of the Forest for sort of the team fight and locking people down for Dark Lady to do his magic, pretty much.
I will say there is one downside to this Berserker pick. He went the Chippendale avatar. Not a huge fan.
What's the best avatar for Berserker?
I like the dwarf one, or honestly the default.
Oh yeah,
the default's honestly very good, I think. But yeah, the dwarf one I like too.
Yeah, the dwarf, like, gut buster in it. I think
yeah,
yeah, pretty badass actually.
Yeah,
it reminds me of like a little dwarf from like The Hobbit. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So pro. Or like a dwarf from Ironforge or something.
Yeah, that's we got the World of Warcraft there. So, speaking of that WildStar weekend, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for that.
No, like some of my friends are playing it now, but I've never been like a massive. I've played WoW, like everyone's played WoW though.
Of course, of course.
I'm not.
Can't call yourself any kind of a gamer until you played WoW.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, no, WildStar just came out this weekend officially, so we have a group of friends and excited to start that, see how it goes. But all right.
We might have to get some admins in.
Yeah, I mean they are. That is true. It's
about damn time.
You technically have to go after 6 minutes, so it is fair for them to.
It looks like they are all here. The Bubbles is moving, so it should be fun. Okay. Like, yeah, it should be all good. Don't worry. That might be a little bit slow if they're going to try that. I think they're going to try and protect their jungle though, because Hellborn are running over, because I think they definitely have the better level 1 actually. Yeah, I think they do. So although Legion's level 1 isn't too bad either though, so there might be a clash actually. They've definitely got the vision up here from the Hellhounds. They might want to engage actually.
Obviously the Hellhounds, it's the battle minions here. The Hellhounds, you got the trees. Just kind of clashing at War Beast.
Prisoner?
Oh wow, if he lands his hook, there's the chainsaw. He dodges the hook though. In comes the Impalment, big wall off on a War Beast right there. They're going to be flanking from behind though. War Beast is going to fall, but are they going to get some kind of response? The Impalement's doing so much damage. They can't fight that. That was not good.
I don't really know what like Legion, like they clearly had vision from the War Beast. Like either they say, oh yeah, we're going to fight this, or we're going to run back. Like they were sort of in between what they wanted to do, because clearly they weren't ready to fight because all 5 weren't there. And at the same time, War Beast got caught out because he was too far up. Like that's just a little bit of a misplay that does not need to happen. That's really, really simple to stop. But actually, a really important thing to note here, actually, what reason I've done here, which is the clever thing, that they've gone into the enemy jungle and have blocked the camps. And War Beast is one of those junglers where you need all the items that you have at the start. So he obviously doesn't have the money to buy Revward. So he's going to be farming without the yellow camp and the medium or the medium camp, which is definitely the camps you start with as War Beast.
He's currently still in the well. Okay, he's going to spawn the dogs and regen up a little bit, but yeah, this is...
Yeah, if these hard camps are like Catmans, he's going to be completely screwed in the jungle, actually.
Minotaur.
What are they? Minotaur, that's not two Minotaurs. It's not the most faint, like, he preferred, like, Skeleton Kings of Ultramarines, but it's still...
Like
yeah, it's like, yeah, Catman's definitely the worst.
Oh, you see Berserker right here actually pulling the creep wave into the Minotaur camp, so making use of that. And Rhapsody doing the same down here even.
It's because Keeper obviously pulled to get lane control, which is the right thing to do. But look at the way they've laned it though. Like this is perfect for Legion. Like Prisoner should technically lose mid compared to this Bubbles, but they've actually sent a second support up top, so it's going to be a tri-lane against this Magnus, and this is so inefficient, because not only are they not jungling as Reason Gaming, they're actually sending a middle lane that's going to lose against this Bubbles. All the while they've got the Last of Us have got a jungler, but also they should be able to win bottom quite handily at the same time. So this is really going to come out in favour for The Last of Us. I mean, it's not showing it now because they lost the first blood, but give it like a couple of minutes and definitely Legion should come out ahead on golden XP.
Missed a couple last hits right here. I'm watching Digga on Berserker for obvious reasons, but you know, missing a couple, but at the same time, you know, he's hitting most of them at least, so
yeah,
it matters. But yeah, having that free farm going to be good news there. He's level 3 currently. I'm very curious to see that build. He is maxing out the chain spike first, so
yeah, I think he doesn't really need any points in the strength stuff actually, because all he needs is the Q and the E to have lane presence against his keeper. But a good play coming out from Zane already. Like, he's already got lane control, so and he's getting a lot of CS at the tower at the same time, so he's doing perfectly fine. And because as long as he keeps sort of the wave here, there's not much he can really die to. Because
middle lane Prisoner going to be jump right here. Will this be a kill for the Legion team? Yes, it will. Shellsurf coming in, and Fuzzy Sloth playing the Magnus. Actually gets credit for the kill torture, but no.
I have to point out the foul coming out from Reason Gaming. They've got 2 supports in the top lane, and still Magnus gets the rune. And like that rune right there wins mid without a doubt. And now, not only are they losing mid, they're losing bottom at the same time. Yeah, they're winning top, but you know, they don't have a jungle factor either. So like Legion are coming out so far ahead in this game, and the worst thing as well is that Reason Gaming can't really do much to get ahead. Yeah, they've got this Prisoner, but he's going to be failing, so he's not going to be doing that much, you know, like ganking or have any sort of aggression in the mid game. So at the moment, like Legion are looking so good.
Yeah, strong start for them. You see Keeper though, gonna do some ancients here in the meantime.
Yeah, that's going to be some kind of reliable farm, but at the same time now it offers the potential for Legion to even start putting pressure onto the tower, the tier 1 bottom, which Reason have no answer to address.
You've seen Pro Bus a couple times where he goes for that the hook on a Bubbles, but again, it's just so easy with that to take cover. At least at this level, they're able to dodge it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, like Bubbles was going to beat Prisoner 1v1 anyway. Look at that, yeah. Yep. Let's take cover. Oh, Magnus might be in trouble actually.
Yeah, Impalement's up. Auto attacks. It just wore off right there. Now Prisoner can cut him off, but actually Prisoner needs to be careful because Rhapsody's coming in. He couldn't cut him off himself, so that was actually good timing on the Legion's part because Magnus may have been dead.
Yep. Yeah. If Prisoner like rotated over, Magnus is definitely dead. But a good play coming out from Rhapsody, putting pressure on the Prisoner, so he couldn't help out in the end.
So in the meantime,
like Probus just got his bottle now, like 4 minutes in. Like, he's really suffering. Oh, good hook onto Rhapsody though.
Catch a serve, a staccatos, nice wall up from Empath. Bubbles running in. Not a whole lot he can do right here though. And down goes Rhapsody.
And that's what I mean, like, although that wasn't a dual lane necessarily, but like an easy hook like that is the reason why Prisoner is so strong in a dual mid.
Yeah.
But no, like a kill like that is definitely what they need. Obviously, it's not the biggest of kills to get a kill onto Rhapsody, but it's something that really helped Probus out. Like, he's 245 GPM now. Before that, he was like 200 base. So you know, not too bad. The only thing I'm gonna say though is that like Legion don't really have a lot of ways to make plays really. Yeah, they've got the Bubbles sort of farming here, so when he gets his portal key, but like they've got Warbeast in the jungle and sort of a carry bottom, so it's Bubbles really that needs to be making the plays, if any is really happening at the moment. Oh, top lane.
I want to get your thoughts. Yeah, it's really the top lane. We're going to Dark Lady up here again. This is one of those heroes that, you know, if we happen to see her, the idea of a rune cleaver as actually bottom lane Zane might be in a little bit of trouble. You see Berserker going on. There's action on both sides. Down goes actually torture right there from Magnus. Oh. Looks like he made it fall. No, the Seabass comes out. Imba Boy now in trouble. Oh,
he's gonna die in 6 seconds,
He's going to dodge away. Yep. He should be fine. He goes back. Wait. Oh, man. Wow.
Now that was really well played by Fuzzy Sloth there. Not only does he, because he was about to deny the tower, Torture comes over trying to get the kill on the tower, Magnus just stuns him and ends up killing him. But really good play on the steam buff right there. Like, he stayed in the steam buff long enough, yeah, to think like to make Imba Boy think he's going to stay in that steam buff forever. But Imba Boy had the charging strikes up in the next 5 seconds. Obviously, he was really low HP, so he was going to die then. So good play by Magnus, sort of taking or running away and surviving there. So really well played, come out from Fuzzy Sloth there. Really playing well.
So Middle lane, yeah, a little bit. No, nothing much. Darkly though, Rune Cleaver. Should we expect to see that on her?
I'm going to say no, just because he's already picked up the Ghost Marches, but he could have definitely gone the Rune Cleaver, or middle lane, actually.
They're going to jump a little bit. Kelfield comes out, but the wall off from Empath causing a lot of issues there. Unless Magnus wants to stun uphill, yeah, probably not going to be worth it. Fuzzy Sloth, he needs to dodge that, he will. Very close. No,
like, if he didn't pick up the Ghost Marches, I definitely think he could have definitely went the Rune Cleaver, but getting it this late, like, his team's already behind. So he needs to obviously have some kind of impact, and that's probably what Imberboy's thinking right now. Like, if he goes Rune Cleaver, he won't be able to really team fight that much.
Yeah.
But with going more team firearms, he can really get in the game and bring back the deficit, which is only like 1,000.
What about the idea of still something like an Energizer?
Energizer can work. That's kind of like a battle build / gank build, and Darkling is not like the worst ganker or team fire as long as she doesn't go Rune Cleaver. So I think we might see an Energizer actually in this game. Now you mention it, because he hasn't gone Rune Cleaver, and that's kind of like the next build up, unless he goes like Ice Brand
or Abyssal, straight Abyssal Skull. I mean,
Abyssal can work. Yeah, that's the work.
Options here. Speaking of Abyssal Skull, Warbeast is on his way to that. Hungry Spirit just purchased. The obvious build there. How is he coming along, by the way? 250 gold per minute. That actually doesn't seem too bad, especially with the camp speed.
He did die obviously at the start, but that shouldn't have really impacted his farm too much. But he's doing it all right though. I think his camps did get blocked actually, so he's doing actually really well. So it's seeing that his camps did get blocked at the start. So yeah,
I find it interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if there's one person who knows how to play Warbeast, it's definitely what you got. So,
yeah, again, I'm looking through his past play. He's played it several times in this event.
So, what are you gonna say?
Berserker. He went the Scarab here earlier on. I assumed it's gonna turn into a Blood Chalice, maybe. I mean, I guess it could be Ring of Teacher too, but
like he could have also potentially he could go Abyssal. Oh no, Warbeast going Abyssal. I think it might have just been to try and get some lane presence, perhaps. He might have tried to do the trick, when you like buy an item and then sell it before the 15 seconds just to get his mana regen back. But I mean, Blood Challenge isn't too bad. Like, you do have a lot of mana issues with Berserker, and obviously he's a strength hero, so that's one issue. But also he's got a lot of health regeneration in the later game as well, so he can obviously regen the health he loses in mana. So it's not too bad to pick up. But I think it might have just been for sort of some lane presence, because he needed to have full mana to be able to kill this keeper if he needed it.
Huh. Well, he does have the full steam, and he actually buys that Helm of the Victim, so that's where we're going to see the Enchanted Terrace. Here we go, Mark for Death is up. This is Berserker, ladies and gentlemen. Carnage is up, and down goes Keeper.
He died in like 2 hits.
This is why I don't know why we don't see this hero.
So strong. After this game, like, everyone's been picking him up, I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you, man, it's gonna. I'm hoping he does well, because he deserves it. He deserves it. Well, anyways, it's an easy kill.
Day one, so, yeah. But that damage is insane, though. Like, the only problem with this Berserker is going to be the lockdown, but there's not a superior lockdown. There's not going to be like a Tempest in this game. It's only going to be a keeper. And so if he does get the Staff of the Master, he's going to be really wrecking face this game. Like, if there is a game to pick up Berserker, it's definitely this one, because he's going to be really doing a lot of work in this game.
Keeping on pushing, keeping the force. He hits level 6 right here. So definitely the idea of defending is possible,
I think they've realised that she just turned 6 and they backed off. There's only 2 of them there, and Warbeast doesn't have his ulti either, so they might be going back. They can't take this tower though, so I don't know really, unless they're going to try and kill him again.
Why not, right? There goes the root. TB's coming in. Carnage is up. Remember, it mitigates the amount of duration on that. And he's going to fall back. So, yeah, they apply the pressure. They bait out TPs and the ultimate.
They got again.
Go back in. Why not? You're Berserker, baby. Oh, no, he can't find him. Okay, there we go. Mark for Death is up. He has the stun. The chain spike. He needs to throw it off soon here. There we go. Will they have enough damage? Follow up. Ultimate coming out from Warbeast. The big dive. Down goes Keeper. In the meantime, the middle lane Prisoner actually went down at the cost of Bubbles' life. But look at the dive. I mean, they knew the TPs were down, so.
Yeah, that was a really, really good play, though, because obviously they baited out 2 TPs at the start. And so when they went back in again, they knew they was going to be fine, because all the people who could have TP'd would have TP'd in the first instance. So that dive was perfect, and you saw the amount of damage that Berserker did. So really well played come up from The Last of Us. In the middle lane, though, you saw Bubbles getting taken down, but he got the counter kill on the Prisoner in the end, so that was a good trade. All the while, they got the tier 1 and the tier 2 bottom, so I mean, The Last of Us are looking really, really good right now. As long as Bubbles can get his port key, there will be no initiation issues, and I think like The Last of Us are going to be like a real force to be reckoned with for this game. But we does look like Imber Boy is going to be going that Rune Cleaver in the end, which I think he might, because I think he realised that if he does start getting in team fights, like they could easily lose. But if they go like late game and hopefully like focus all this on the Dark Lady, he might think that he can carry this game, which he definitely can. If they play it right.
I mean, we all remember the Dark Lady versus Mage Bane days. Like this hero's late game is up there with the best of them. So. Get her the farm needed, but
I just really fear like this Berserker's really going to be doing an insane amount of damage though. Like we saw how much damage he's doing on the Keeper, and on the Dark Lady who's got less armor. Oh, middle lane.
Going to be going on right here. Mark for Death is up. Prisoner is going for a trick on a Magnus, but here comes a Carnage activated Berserker. In the meantime, though, Prisoner's going to be fine as Empath jumps inside, gives him that speed burst. So
well played by Saint Rock there. Like the Magnus was channeling his ult. If that eruption went off, that Prisoner was definitely dead. But great timing by the Essence Link, just about cutting it to stun Magnus in the end. So well played from Saint Rocks right there. Clutch play. Like that was so close. I think that eruption was just about coming off. But good stun in the end.
And Sanitarius just finished by Berserker, by the way.
Yeah, like if he gets that and Elder Parasite and Steam, like Staff, sorry, he can really do a lot of damage. And that's what
I like about it. Exactly, the combo there, because again, the Elder and Shrunken's kind of bad for the obvious reason, but at the same time, it basically is a Shrunken head with the staff. So.
Exactly, he does, yeah. Like, and that's one issue. Like we saw it actually in the last game with Predator. Like obviously he couldn't get the Shrunken head because not only doesn't need one because of the stone skin, but obviously the Elder Parasite at the same time. He was having a few issues with getting locked down after his stone skin was locked down. But in this game, like with the staff and Carnage activated, like he won't need a Shrunken because he's not going to get locked down because it's going to last so little.
And we can't forget about Warbeast too, man. I mean, these Steam Boots, Abyssal Skull. He has he's farming 369 gold per minute here, so he's doing very well. Continues to move on. Is Rune Cleaver finished? I think it is. No, just the one broadsword. Okay, still needs the second one.
Yeah.
So.
And this is the problem. Like they've got quite a few stacks here in the help on jungle, and I think if Dark Lady did go first time Rune Cleaver, he might have got less lane presence on the Magnus, but they haven't killed his Magnus anyway. So going, he might be in trouble now. Actually.
Right as you say that. Welcome to Caster's Curse, Mini
Maggot. But like, this is a real thing. Like legit. Like I've always been like, in the Ancients actually, Empath will be getting picked up.
Yeah, this is interesting. Rhapsody's also low. Support for support. In comes the Essence Train. Who's gonna win this? Rhapsody's still alive to the last hit. No, the Ancient's chasing. And actually, Empath will live, and now Bubbles needs to get away from this prisoner right here. In comes the hook, but no, he's take cover and easily fine.
Yeah, like, Caster's Curse is a real thing, though. Like, I've been watching Honcast from, like, day 2, and I'm like, how is it a thing? Like, clearly it's not a thing. And then this happens. It's like, oh my god. It's insane.
It is
it's crazy, but yeah, going back to that little initiation, that was a little bit unfortunate, though. The Ancients were actually hitting hitting Rhapsody and Bubbles, so they couldn't really take off and kill the Empath in the end. But good rotation coming out from Provost, though. It definitely saved Empath in the end. So that's good. Going back to actually, there might be initiation of Magnus again.
I want to. It's like the same. It's like deja vu right here.
Yeah.
We just saw this happen. Will it happen again? He had support, but not really anymore. The red hands are glowing, but. I thought, okay, Rhapsody kind of nearby.
They don't want to risk it. Like, they just want to get the Dark Lady to have Rune Cleaver so she can start farming. But going bottom lane, Keeper's fine. Going back to what I was going to say though, like they've got a lot of stacks here in the Hellborn jungle, and that's why I'd like to have seen maybe a Rune Cleaver before Ghost March. Just getting boots is fine, but it just be a lot better. Actually, Rhapsody might be in trouble here.
Middle lane here. Yep, Rhapsody has no clue. The hook dodges it in the sidestep. Coming out blindly, but yeah, it will fall in the end. They used a lot though. They used Prison Break and Root to just kill Rhapsody. I don't know about that. And in fact, it's not over just yet because Bubbles does have a couple coming up in 4 seconds right here. So he puts a shackle up. I know that's gonna
good take cover in the end. But that's the problem. Like, if you miss one spell, like it causes you to like either make the kill like not clean or making you sort of waste your ultis, which it might not be the biggest factor. Actually, top lane.
Yeah, can they get this going darkly? This could be here. Saga the Seal, look at how quickly she drops. She did go those Ghost Marchers, so obviously a little bit extra not tanky, and down falls Dark Lady. Torch in the meantime, only so much he could have done. He'll end up getting sent. Mark for Death comes in. Beaverbanger gets credit for the double tap, but that was a huge pickoff there.
Yeah, there's basic prisoner. No, he doesn't want to go in it, I think. Oh, he does. Is he going in?
Does he get the kill? No.
He missed it. This is looking really, really rough for Reason Gaming right now. They put all their eggs on this Dark Lady, and she hasn't even got a Rune Cleaver at 16 minutes. And like Berserker's got his items, Warbeast has got his items, and now they're sort of taking the tier 1. They're 7,000 XP down and 5,000 gold. Like, it's looking really, really rough here for Reason Gaming. They're on their back foot.
You know, another thing to note too with The Last of Us, though, Warbeast, again, jungling Warbeast a little bit different place off than the Suicides that we saw. He did not go Battle Cry, I believe, until later on. He got that Primal Rage up levels, but now he's going to start leveling up the Battle Cry, and obviously you factor that in with the synergy of, say, that Berserker.
Bubbles.
Oh yeah, what's going on here? You see the mark for death is up on Prisoner, but he's helping Berserker get away. It's not over just yet. There's a beautiful wall off Rhapsody. Has no chance right here.
That's fine.
And he goes down.
That's really fun. Like, that could have been a lot worse for The Last of Us, but like I said in the last game, in this instance, it's a lot better leadership. You see, they also just get back, you know, leave Rhapsody, that's fine. One death on Rhapsody is fine, but if they all 5 died there, that could have been definitely the turning point that Reason needed. So that's fine. One death is all good, but you know, obviously some sign of hope here for Reason Gaming. At least Dark Lady does have a Rune Cleaver now, so she can start snowballing and getting farm back.
Those stacks that you're talking about, they've cleared those up, so
yep,
they're farming.
Actually, a little note there. Actually, I don't know if you caught it on camera, but what you got was actually blocking a lot of sort of ancient stacks and jungle creeps with his war beasts or his hellhounds, which is obviously extra little help.
Okay. Neophyte's book just purchased by Berserker, or did he sell it? Okay, I think he sold it. But that leads you to believe that's probably going to be a staff coming out.
Like, I think it's a great item pickup now. Like, he's not going to get stopped by Torturer or like Prisoner or Keeper if he goes at Staff the Master. I would like to see Elder Parasite on him before he goes Staff the Master, but I mean, Staff the Master is always good. I just think those two combos is so strong if he does that, because then he's going to be attacking, like, he's hitting so hard already, but put some attack speed on him as well. He's going to be doing tons of damage.
And the other thing to give, I mean, the Carnage does increase the damage you take by 50%. It's an Elder Parasite effect. So, but with the staff, that's removed on top of everything else. So that's just another reason why that staff is so important, especially if an Elder Parasite to go along with it. So, but yeah, when you have the Elder, I believe it kind of just stacks on top of one another, if I'm not mistaken. So you're taking 30% extra damage when you have both of those up. I believe. Maybe it doesn't, but still, you're taking a lot of extra damage is the point. If you have an Elder on top of that, so
yeah, he's going. Yeah, it's going Staff before Elder. That's fine. Like, I think he might be scared of maybe like dying before he gets anything off, so he wants to go Staff before Elder Parasite. Or middle lane, actually, there might be initiation.
Yeah, look at Dark Lady coming in with the team. They want to jump, but unless, I mean, do they have a portal key yet? Yeah, Prisoner does have a portal key.
It does. Perfect. Yeah. I think
get in there. The hook. No, Diglett just a little too quick.
And this is the problem with Prisoner. Like, it doesn't really offer as much as Pebbles, because like that hook, he's like, I'm not saying like, you know, Probus is playing bad, but those hooks are quite easy to miss and dodge. So the initiation all falls down onto those hooks, and if they're missed, like, the hero doesn't really offer that much, and that's why I'm not too fan of this pickup, especially as it wasn't dual mid either. So not too fond of the pickup. Yeah. But Darkly does have a Rune Cleaver now. Like, she's making her way to Abyssal, and that's when like the team fight and even the farming potential goes up even higher. I think she might need a Shrunken Head though before they can team fight, because if Magnus ulti and Bubbles ulti, like, she's got crushed. But at the same time, like, even though she's got a Shrunken Head, like, Berserker and Warbeast are still going to be doing tons of damage. So it's kind of, she's caught in a rock and a hard place, really.
You look at, she has less than 1,000 life right now.
Yeah.
Like, she is squishy. And she actually goes Whispering Helm.
Like, it's not a bad item pickup because it still offers armor, but I think Abyssal would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I think because it offers it more to the team as well. But look again, like this Warbeast taking the or stopping jungle creeps spawning because of the Warbeast Hellhound. Like, little things like that, like, you don't really notice it like on camera or like, you know, when you're casting, but it does make a difference, because obviously Reason Gaming are putting all these eggs on the Sparks of Dark Lady, and as long as the farm is not as big, it's going to be even better for Legion.
You also got those two portal keys we were talking about earlier. It may not be in the best farm spots to get them, but both Bubbles and Magnus now have them. So
yeah, and this is where like the team fight can really take off though, especially with like, a big eruption coming out from Magnus. Like, the team fight's gonna be even stronger. Do you want me initiation here?
Is there off to the side? Wall off to very defensive. Double damage on Prisoner, but they were not going to look to engage there. Portal Key, by the way, picked up on Keeper as well, so I almost see this as more of a desperate move, yeah.
Yeah, because like I said before, like the initiation from Prisoner is a little bit unreliable, and that keeper ulti does offer some reliability at least. They might be trying to defend mid actually. Prisoner is invis actually. They might want to take this.
Yeah, he's invis for another 40 seconds right here. They're definitely going. There's the big portal. Kiru hits several heroes in the meantime. Warby's ulti form. No follow-up. Tower goes down, and that's really awkward.
I think Zane was like, "Oh, I've got to go now before they take the tower." But like Dark Lady and the rest of his team weren't ready. But like that team fight would have been perfect though. Bubbles wasn't there. Like Legion don't have a tier 1, so Bubbles couldn't have come over. They were fighting 5v4. So if there was a team fight to take, that was definitely the one. So a little bit unlucky they're coming out from Reason Gaming.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication, but in the end, we do see obviously the tower falls and the league continues. 11,000 experience lead. Wow. I mean, 6,500 gold is one thing, but 11,000 experience lead for this Legion team. Yeah,
and this sort of goes back to sort of Prisoner not having that much impact. Like, you pick that hero to really have an impact, and if you're not making that impact, then it's kind of like a dead weight. At least this Bubbles is making room for everyone else to farm. And I think overall though, like The Last of Us are really like utilising all their farm effectively. They're farming lanes, taking ancients whenever they can, as well as the jungle. Like look at this Magus like stacking and taking their lanes. Like I think Reason are sort of too scared to get picked off, so they're clumping up, and as a result, they're losing a lot of efficiency in their farming rotations.
All right, we're seeing some big items now starting to come up. Staff of the Master just finished on Berserker. It looked like Bubbles also just got a blessed orb, so he's again on that way. Obviously to a sheep stick. So is this a time you think our Legion team is in a spot if they need to make something happen? I mean, Shrunken Head is also going to be coming out, so maybe just wait for that, I guess.
Oh, plane, perhaps.
Anything. Oh, yeah, they catch her, but no.
I think Probus just wants to hit a few hooks. But...
Apparently, yeah.
But no, I think they definitely should go before Dark Lady gets a Shrunken Head, because look, they're already like 7,000 gold lead up and 11,000 XP. Like they can win a team fight whenever they want, and just waiting for Dark Lady to get a Shrunken before Legion push, it's just a risk they don't need to take. So I'd like to see them push before Dark Lady gets a Shrunken Head. Yeah. Like they've got the Staff of the Master on Berserker. They've got items on Warbeast. They might want to get Shrunken Head on Warbeast, but I think it would be better actually if they push like even now, or even try and take a team fight now. But they might not. It's again a risk that people might be in trouble here. Actually, they've got an eye on Warbeast.
Oh yeah, no, needed reaction time.
Yeah. But yeah, I think what they will do though is just wait for Shrunken Head on Warbeast. But I mean, they could easily just fight now. I think Warbeast might get his Shrunken Head before Dark Lady actually, and that would be the perfect. No, he won't. Yeah. Or maybe, I don't know. If Warbeast gets the Shrunken Head before Dark Lady, I think they definitely should push. But at the meantime, they don't have to. They're already up so far anyway. So, middle lane, good port.
Trying to catch a couple of Portuguese coming out there.
The fingers on these players are insane. They've actually got like instant reflexes. So.
Oh yeah. Obviously, that's what you expect, especially even at this level. Here we go, top lane though. Dark Lady, she's being chased down. Again, she's pretty squishy. Look at Berserker. Can he beat her down before? Oh!
50 HP. 50
oh, jeez.
Like, that was in like 4 or 5 hits. Like, imagine what's going to happen with like the support from Bubbles and Magnus. Like, insane damage.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, again, that just shows you the potential right there. If anything, yeah, Fuzzy Sloth here. He's got some angles. He's invis currently. There is a Rev Ward and Empath, but unless they spotted him coming in, probably not going to be able to catch him. So, and instead, Prisoner will just continue to farm away. So, good attempt, but no kill in the end.
Definitely. But like I said, like Dark Lady needs some survivability, so she's getting a Shrunken Head. But like you saw, that was all like physical damage coming out from Berserker. So like either way, this Dark Lady is screwed. Like, when it comes to team fights, like. That's why I really like this draft coming out from Legion. They've done like a really cool thing where they've got magical damage, but also they've got physical presence as well. So like neither team can stack a certain type of damage defense to sort of stop a lot of the damage coming out from the Legion side. So it's just a good draft coming out from CiC Pro here.
Yeah, any draft with the Berserker is always just a great draft. So. I agree with you there. Shrunken Head again. On Warbeast. Are they going to jump in? This is a chance. Again, he has his Carnage, though.
I think they have to take it, though. Like they're far behind. They might not realize it how far behind they are, but they need to take a risk like this.
I can understand why they, because it's like again, it's a Berserker, Carnage, Staff of the Master. It's like he could easily get away, honestly. So.
Dark Lady wasn't there. Like Dark Lady is the bulk of their damage, but she does have that Shrunken Head now, so they might want to fight, perhaps now.
Yeah.
but at the same time they're so far behind. Like they're really in an awkward position because like they don't want to fight obviously because they're so far behind. But any later they're most likely going to get even further behind. So, oh, they might try and take the Congo. This should be a really smart move though because they're behind. They need to make some kind of risky play. Or this ward here coming out from Meisty might have spotted them.
Oh yeah, it definitely did.
Yeah, they're rotating over. Like Legion know they can take a team fight. Although it's dropping quite fast. I don't think Legion are going to be here to take this team fight.
They're porting in. No, they're going to be able to get here. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't kill it fast enough.
Lost him up half life. Keeper's the only one not really committing to it, but they're definitely getting here in time. Rhapsody leading the way, in fact. Here we go. There's a big jump from Prisoner. Prisoner coming out. In comes the root. Carnage activated. Berserker going right for keeping the force in the background. He gets pulled back in, though. He doesn't even care. He's going to go for Dark Lady now in the meantime. Warbeast assisting with that as well. Dark Lady trying to chase down, at least get a Bubbles kill. He can't even do that, though. Yes, they can at the last second. Dark Lady charging stars. Can she actually get away? The kill came out just before. No, she cannot. Down goes Dark Lady. And now Empath is just going to start melting away again. The mark for death is going to start refreshing here for Berserker. He gets another refresh, but the Hellborn team is already out of there. No buyback, of course, on Dark Lady, and they're probably going to Ninja Conquer now. Buyback on Magnus, by the way, coming last second.
Yeah, like, I mean, that team fight was actually pretty perfect for a reason. Like, they initiated on 3 players, while 2 of them were not really in the team fight to begin with. So, if there was a team fight to take and to win, it was definitely that one. Because the next team fight they take, I think the Last of Us are going to be sort of a bit tighter on their coordination and their sort of team positioning. And another token on Berserker. Like, the team fight's going to be so hard to take here for Reason Gaming. Like, they lost a team fight with the advantage of sort of taking a team fight 5v3, but now going against a token as well.
And an Elder Parasite, which he didn't have in that fight.
Exactly. Like, look how fast it takes. Look at the tower. Look at the tower just drop.
What tower?
Exactly. Oh wow. I'm Reason have definitely got their backs against the wall. But I think they need to try something crazy, like try a random strat or some kind of pull-out play, like even like the Lions game where they all go five bottom through the jungle and try and take something out. But they need to do something because they're definitely not going to win a team fight unless some real misplays coming out from Legion.
So you see on the side of The Last of Us, gonna take out the resources, at least the most they can. As you see on the minimap, though, again, a lot of just sticking together. They've been doing that for pretty much this whole game. It's Reason Gaming. They continue to know, obviously, that they are behind. Dark Lady pushing out the middle in a little bit, but not going to be able to go much further. And it's
but like,
where do you take that risk here?
Yeah, like I think they have to make some kind of risk though. They're even further behind than they were before. Like the kill might be the same, but it obviously isn't the same in terms of the GPMs and stuff. So, but no, like going back to the draft as well. Like they have to play as clump.
Yeah, Rhapsody. She has a haster though. The wall was just on the wrong side. Bubbles coming back in. Killfoot to go. Will they be able to get enough follow? Here comes Berserker. Down goes Torture. No, not just yet. Actually, he goes right for Prisoner. The holy crap! Again, he's just so massive.
That is so insane.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It never gets old.
He drops like he just like 500 damage, like almost a hit, and the hits are coming out quick and fast. Like, oh my god, this damage.
I like how he marked for death, Torture, and then just went right for Prisoner, as if it mattered. So. That was interesting.
Yeah, so that
played on Bubbles. No, misclick. So he gets the Acolyte Staff. So again, Sheep Stick for him soon. And here goes that top tower now.
Yeah, tower instantly dead. Berserker.
Bottom lane, no. Magnus, he might be in trouble. Dark Lady, will she chase enough? No. Not going to risk it.
But this goes back to the draft once again, though. Like, Hellborn of having to sort of clump up together because they've got like Legion have got a good playmaker in Bubbles. So if Reason are sort of caught out of position, like they can definitely capitalize this. So like again, the draft is a thing that's really lacking in terms of Reason Gaming. Like, top lane Warbeast might be in trouble. I think he should be fine.
But the wall could cause issues. No, he ulti for him.
It's fine. But no, like I don't know why they sort of switched up the draft. Like game 1, this was almost exactly the same draft, except for they swapped Dark Lady for Dark Lady for a Moon Queen. But game 2 was like something completely different. They went for like early game aggression, and it worked out well for them. So I don't know why they've sort of switched up, going back to this sort of late game farm because like Reason don't really play it as well as they do the early game aggression. And, It's really showing here in the third game.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of funny you bring that up because honestly, before this Carnage God of War event, like later on in Hunter Season 2 or whatever, honestly, Recent Gaming was known as this kind of team. I feel
exactly.
like they built their team around Imbo Boy. They allowed him to farm and take over the game. But you're right, Carnage God of War definitely seems like their playstyle has been different.
I know, and like the saying goes like, oh yeah, if you ain't broke, don't fix it. Like they took games off like BMG that they won against CiC. Like they don't need to switch up their strategy. Like keep the strategy the same. Like they're winning and they're doing well. Like it's when they switch up the strategy is when they start losing games.
There's a double damage Berserker.
Oh, 7 damage.
That tower. I mean, the wall's actually very effective right there. He gets pulled in, actually. Maybe going a little too far, and he has a token, remember. A big stun from Magnus, and Keeper just evaporates.
The token was a bad choice. He just gave it to him.
Yeah, he buys back, by the way. Obviously, they see that. Warbeast, there's the ulti for him. Going to start running away. In comes the hook, though. Pulls him back in. Can he actually get away? Trigger comes out. Where's the follow? Magnus with the eruption comes in finally. And the Hellborn team going to start dropping protecting Melody in the backup. Berserker barely alive. He doesn't matter. He has a token. He might not even die. Finally, he goes down. In the meantime, though, Dark Lady, she barely stays alive. Nice chain of reactions at the last second. But Bubbles chases. But Bubbles actually going to fall. Dark Lady somehow managed to. She goes in. She gets a hat trick right there. But now it's Berserker's turn. In comes the chain spike. The auto attacks. He doesn't have an ulti just yet. In 10 more seconds. That's probably the difference maker, if anything. And now Berserker, actually, he needs to run right here. Taint Soul comes out. No root, of course. But yeah, he does not have his ultimate just yet. He has it coming up right here. It doesn't matter. He pops it. It's not going to matter. Sanitarius, little juke and jive. No. Imbo Boy basically gets a quad kill there.
Really good hold for Rising Gaming right there. And that's one issue with Berserker, though. You saw, like, with him, with his ultimate, he did insane damage. But after the ultimate came off, like, he was hitting that Keeper, and it was sort of hitting like a wet fish. So, like, he needs that ultimate to do damage. And so I think Reason Gaming have sort of finally realised what they have to do. They need to kite this Berserker and wait for the ultimate to go down and then initiate the team fight. Because look, they're back in this game. They defended their Rax middle, and they're only 8k back or 8k gold down. But it was a lot higher before they took their team fight, and they still won it. So as well as they were fighting against a token. So I mean, there's still signs of life here for Reason Gaming.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, we always stress too. Dark Lady speaks for itself. Her impact and what she could do in the late game stage, especially, by all means, nothing to scoff at. So, yeah, you are right, though. As much as I like Berserker, that is the one unfortunate downside. The kite potential, once those cooldowns are down, is very,
what he needs is a
possible.
Resto Stone, and it'd be fine.
Exactly. You get a Resto Stone, the problem's taken care of. So, you could argue, you know, I mean, this is where you could argue getting a Shrunken Head still isn't, like, the worst option in the world. For Berserker, but
I don't know. Like the Shrunken Head or the lockdown for Berserker isn't the issue. It's the issue that his ultimate isn't lasting enough. He's not doing damage after the ultimate. Yeah. I think really it comes down to the team fight and like what they're doing. Like if they need to take a team fight, and make sure that Berserker does all the damage he needs to when the ultimate is up. And when the ultimate comes down, they need to either back off if the team fight hasn't been already won. And then reset, because after the ulti is down from Berserker, he's not really hitting that hard. So.
And again, Warbeast, his presence in that fight wasn't much at all because he got picked off fairly early on. It was a good job with the hook right there after the initial wall from Empath, and they burned him down. So that's another thing to keep in mind about the last fight. As much as Kite was happening on Berserker, Warbeast, who's farmed as hell himself, wasn't able to really get a whole lot of damage out. So. Yeah, just really good play all around from Recent Gaming.
Like, and if Keeper can get a Resto Stone as well, like the team fight is going to be so much better for Recent Gaming. So it might be initiation.
Here we are, double damage rune. Yep, Warbeast picks it up.
Oh,
we're all going for that. But the Legion team is the one to get it right before them, and they will fall back from there. So.
Yeah, I think is like if Reason can somehow kite Berserker when his ultimate is up and then go for him when his ultimate is down, like they can definitely win this team fights. It's just whether if Legion can sort of hold and lock down the Hellborn side while Berserker does all his damage. It's dependent on how the team fight's going to really go.
You do see a Soul's Bulwark in the work, most likely for Prisoner. Definitely not MU1 against a hero like Berserker and a Warbeast. That's actually something to stress here. I mean, they do have an Abyssal Skull. They went the Whispering Helm again on Dark Lady, of course. So that, you know, they are getting a good amount of armor, but more the better.
Yeah, that's probably why Dark Lady actually went Whispering Helm, because Empath was going to go Abyssal. I should have recognised that.
Yeah.
But no, it looks like Legion might be trying to force the issue. maybe. They're going to go back. I think I might wait for Behemoth's Heart on Berserker, which is going to make him do even more damage. Like, oh, what that is.
Coming out right here, so...
but no,
now.
like... Yeah, sorry, go on.
No, that's just being delivered. That's it.
I was going to say, like, I think Reason... they'll be doing a lot better. Like, they've closed the golden XP deficit by quite a lot. And as long as Dark Lady keeps carrying on farming, like she's highest GPM in the game at the moment, and if she can get like a Geometer's Bane, and I'd even suggest perhaps going like I know Frost Sword is like a really bad iron, but against Berserker, being able sort of to kite this Berserker will be a real big factor. She might even go Dawnbringer perhaps, but anything that will enhance the damage and somehow kite this Berserker will be a real big factor in this team fights, in my opinion.
What about something like I'm seeing a situation right here? I mean, Portal Key is honestly, it's considered an item that's good on any hero, really. It's just a matter of how you use it and win, but could you see a Portal Key possibly? At this point, I guess, I don't know what you get rid of, really, but...
Well, on Berserker?
Yeah, on Berserker.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I've seen Berserkers do it actually in TMM, but that's more for, like, the initiation almost, like they initiate on one person and then destroy it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they really need the initiation here. They've got the initiation on Bubbles and Magnus. Like I said before, they need to somehow get the kills before the Berserker ulti is down. So, middle lane.
Middle lane, yeah, give it the force, get a lockdown on here. Will the team support get here in time? Kelfield, everything being used. They have dust as well now. Shellsurf comes out. The wall up from Empath, though. Big difference maker right there. The tablet's used. But Magnus comes through right there. Fuzzy Sloth lands it perfectly and gets the kill. Empath jumps inside Prisoner.
Yeah, and this is the stage of the game. Like, one pickup can be the difference between getting wrecks. So, like that one pickup, like Keeper does have a buyback, so they might want to fight this.
It's his last buyback here. There you go.
But yeah, like it's a really good pickup. I didn't think I was going to get him, but great stun out from Fuzzy Sloth does end up getting the kill on the Forest. Legion could even potentially go Conga, actually. They've got good vision coming out from the Hellhounds, and it does look like they're running into Conga, and Berserker's going to take down this Conga so quickly. Yeah. They're backing off her. Like, they don't need to make this like risky play, though, because like, if they lose Conga here and a team fight, it could be the difference between them losing the game and winning it, so... and they're ahead, so they don't really need to make a risky play like this.
As you do see there, again, the cooldown of Carnage, it's very small at level 3 at 30 seconds here. So, he'll be coming back up shortly again. Him to use. Yeah,
going back to Berserker, they're like, they need... Oh, he got DD now. Oh my god. They might go Conquer again. They had DD the last fight as well.
Yeah. Place the order site right there. They see this. Congo's dropping. He hasn't ulted. He hasn't used any cooldowns. Oh, they pulled at Warbeast. Warbeast's going to be silenced right off the bat. He pops trigger head, gets the ulti off. Magnus gets a big stun at Warbeast. Or here comes Prisoner now. He has a double damage. Prisoner 945. Going to start falling. In comes the Keeper Root, but Berserker doesn't care. Magnus in the meantime in the background. He goes down by now. Dark Lady, the sheepstick, gets pulled in. Beautiful pull in for Prisoner. It doesn't matter though. Dark Lady will fall. Empath now in trouble, and she goes down. Dark Lady does have a buyback. But what do you do from here's the question.
I mean, Conga is the safe play, but they could easily just go middle lane as well. Oh, Keeper the Forest.
Go. Darkity buys back, by the way. Berserker overstepping his boundaries right here. He has a sanitary, so he doesn't have Carnage up for 2 more seconds. Protect him out in the last second. Allows it to Carnage, and here we go. The Berserker power going off. Front of Darkity. In just Bubbles. Down goes Darkity. Down goes Keeper. And Berserker will live, ladies and gentlemen. A hat trick coming out for the team. Double tap for Diglett. Darkity comes back in with a final buyback. Down goes the Melee Rex, though. And Darkity, she will not be able to chase it. Looks like maybe. Warbeast does not have ulti form right now. And he's going to have to do a little bit of juking and jiving in the trees. Goes for the TP. It's going to be close. Yes! Right in front. Berserker, don't know about that. He goes all in for Darkity, though. The Berserker, the Carnage, and there we go! Berserker going freaking berserk!
Oh my god. I was like, what is he doing? And then he mans, and there's the console. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
Diglett goes berserk.
I mean, I was like, Diglett, what are you doing? Like, just back off. You had a chance to TP out, and then he just goes.
Never.
Does that.
That's the point of that hero, man. You man mode. You man mode and you win.
What?
That's why I love that hero.
There's not much I can say other than Berserker. Like,
there's not much else, yeah.
He's man, like. That hero was doing so much work, like the damage. Oh wow, just Berserker, Diglett. Nothing.
It's done. It's done. Yeah, no, Berserker obviously a big part there. But again, as a team, they deserve the series victory as they take it 2-1 with that win right there. So big congratulations to them. But yeah, talk about a ballsy pick. Again, one we just never see in the third and final game, and they made it work. Fun times. All right, so on that note, though, that does mean obviously going to be coming to an end here for today, here for the Saturday. Again, we'll only have the one series of matches here for today because there's a lot of reschedules and everything. But wow, 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 what a series we did have. I'm sure you guys enjoyed that one, especially the finish right there. But tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's going to be a action-packed day. Obviously, so we can only cover so much ourselves, but the community casters, I'm sure, are going to be around and everything, helping to cover. Basically, there's actually initial match earlier on. We're not going to be around here on Honcast, but again, I'm sure community cast will be around. That's BMG versus Reason. That actually starts at 9 a.m. Eastern, 1500 Central European Time. And then after that is, well, there's a couple games. Rexars versus Team Excellent. Great series there. But BMG versus CiC is also happening at 12 Eastern, 18 CET. So I think it's safe to say we're going to be covering that one. And then, of course, the follow-up at 3 p.m. Eastern, 2100 Central European Time, is Team Excellent versus The Last of Us, actually, the same team that we just saw here. And obviously a very, very entertaining team to watch. So tomorrow, guys, you do not want to miss it, obviously, and the content that's going to be coming at you. With that said, Mini Maggot, had a lot of fun. Appreciate you joining me as a co-caster here.
I loved it, man. Thanks for the invite.